Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is the Wrestling Wrap-Up, a handful of stories brought to you in one easy-to-watch video. So let's get started. So WWE has canceled another one of their programs. Now this one isn't as big as the previous shows to be canceled, as this wasn't a show on the WWE Network. I believe it only ran on their YouTube channel. They have canceled NXT Insider, hosted by Kathy Kelly. Pretty much all the show was a recap of the previous week's NXT, and then Kathy Kelly went in to talk about things we could expect on the upcoming episode of NXT. I don't know exactly how many views and stuff they were getting for this show, but it didn't really run for that long. I did hear that it was an experimental kind of thing where they were just seeing if they did things like this, like recap shows and preview shows, how, the audience would be for it, and I guess it wasn't what they were expecting, so Kathy Kelly's NXT Insider is no more. So former Tough Enough winner Sarah Lee, who was cut earlier this year from the WWE, has began training for pro wrestling outside of WWE. Sarah Lee was pregnant earlier this year, did have the baby, all went good, and now she's ready to get back in the ring. Sarah is currently working with I Believe in Wrestling Team's dojo in Orlando. And I am hearing rumors online that I Believe wants to get her on one of their shows rather quickly because her name is still sort of associated with WWE and winning Tough Enough and whatnot. So they just want to use her and her name. Now, I'm not saying they want to use her, but they want to get her out there before that, I guess you could say, WWE rub does wear off. So we saw an interesting promo this past Monday on Raw with Goldust. It actually looks like WWE is planning to move Goldust into more of a managerial role. Goldust cut a promo saying that come SummerSlam time, he's going to have his new star or starlet. Now, I don't know if this means that he's going to announce his new, I guess you could say, protege or whatever at SummerSlam, or if we're going to see him maybe scouting superstars at SummerSlam. I know the whole R-Truth Goldust stuff only half worked. The promos that they did cut, crowds, fans loved them. As soon as the two got in the ring together, crowd hated them. So maybe because of that, they still like the mic work that Goldust can do. Goldust is a great personality, so they think maybe they can use him to build somebody else up as like their manager. Despite reports saying that Kairi Sane suffered a concussion at the Mae Young Classic, she has reportedly been cleared to get into the ring and will be making her NXT debut at a house show tonight in St. Petersburg, Florida. This will be her first match since the injury at the Mae Young Classic, and we'll have to wait and see what goes down. I know a lot of people want to see her wrestle. You won't see any of her stuff as far as televised stuff until the first round of the Mae Young Classic does go up on the WWE Network. So unfortunately, unless somebody that's there live at the show in St. Petersburg records the match with their phone, you're not going to see this, and you're not going to see any Kairi Sane until they do release the Mae Young Classic. So fans want to know, when's Nikki Bella coming back to the WWE? We want to see Nikki Bella wrestle again. We want to see Nikki Bella. We want her at SummerSlam. She came back last year at SummerSlam. And Nikki did tweet out that she will be at SummerSlam this year, but not in a role that any would probably be interested in. Nikki replied to Corbin's post-SmackDown tweet with some trash talk on Mr. Money in the Bank. Nikki tweeted, "And I can't wait to sit front row to see him slap that mouth right off your face. No one gives and inspires as much as the man does. N." So there we go. Nikki Bella will be at SummerSlam, but unfortunately she's going to play the girlfriend role, the fiance, the family member role, and sit front row for John Cena's match. We see this a lot. We saw back when The Rock did his whole thing at WrestleMania 32, his family was sitting ringside right behind the announce table. We saw when Roman Reigns fought Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31, his family was brought down to ringside. And we've seen it with multiple wrestlers. When they have big matches on big shows, they do bring their family members down to ringside. So whether Nikki Bella gets involved at SummerSlam, I don't think she will. But hey, people want to see her, and she'll be there sitting front row. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Wrestling Wrap-Up. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below on all the stories we covered in this video. And as always, remember to like and share this video, like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and subscribe here on YouTube.